War pushes humans to the edge, and some soldiers have done things most of us could never imagine. Today, we'll dive into 8 of the most incredible feats from the heat of battle, stories of courage, survival, and sheer determination. They survived impossible injuries. Bullets tore through the air, explosions shook the ground, yet some soldiers kept moving even with their bodies pierced. One soldier, for example, was hit multiple times and still crawled for hours across a battlefield to reach safety. Others held their organs in place after horrific wounds, refusing to give up and never letting the enemy see weakness. The human body and spirit can endure far more than we imagine. They fought after losing limbs or sight. Even after losing an arm, a leg, or their vision, soldiers adapted to continue fighting. They learned to rely on sound, memory, and instinct, turning what seemed like a crippling disadvantage into an advantage. Some became experts at guiding their comrades or detecting enemy movements purely by listening to the battlefield. Their determination proved that true courage is not about physical perfection, but about refusing to quit. They outsmarted the enemy. Deception has saved countless lives throughout history. In World War I, buglers used fake commands to confuse enemy troops, making them believe attacks or retreats were happening where they weren't. Soldiers used decoy positions, fake artillery, and even dummy heads to trick snipers. These clever tactics often turned the tide of battles without a single shot being fired, proving that brains can be just as powerful as bullets. They held the line alone. Some soldiers defended entire fronts by themselves, holding positions that would have overwhelmed even a small squad. They risked their lives to protect comrades, refusing to retreat even when everything seemed lost. These acts of bravery were often decisive, buying critical time for their units to regroup or escape. Stories of single soldiers holding off dozens of enemies remind us how one person's courage can change the outcome of a battle. They captured the enemy without weapons. Sometimes, cleverness replaced firepower entirely. Soldiers have forced enemy units to surrender with nothing more than a stick, a bold bluff, or even just sheer presence and confidence. These moments of ingenuity saved lives and showcased the unpredictable creativity that emerges in war. A soldier's mind can be as sharp a weapon as any rifle or artillery. They survived nature's worst. War isn't just about bullets and bombs. Soldiers have endured freezing winters, scorching deserts, flooded trenches, and mountains where oxygen was scarce. Finnish soldiers during the Winter War survived 40 degrees below zero, facing both the enemy and nature itself. Others survived days without food or water, using their training and ingenuity to stay alive. These stories show that survival often depends on resilience and adaptability, not just courage. They performed heroic last stands. From medieval knights defending castles to modern soldiers protecting civilians, brave men and women have stood their ground even when death seemed certain. These last stands often became legendary, inspiring generations with their selflessness. Choosing to face near-certain death to protect others is the ultimate demonstration of loyalty and honor in the chaos of war. They kept fighting after the war ended. Some soldiers didn't know the war was over, or refused to believe it. Hio Onodo in the Philippines continued fighting for decades, holding on to duty and loyalty long after peace had come. His story shows how deeply soldiers can commit to their mission, sometimes blurring the lines between war and life itself. War shows the extremes of human courage. These stories remind us that soldiers can do the impossible, survive the unimaginable, and inspire generations with their bravery. Their actions are a testament to the strength, ingenuity, and resilience of the human spirit. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe for more incredible history stories.